You're not just dreaming of a billionaire timeline. You're stepping into it. Wealth, power, divine favor. It's all aligning. This is your moment to rise, to claim what's been waiting for you. You are the fire forged in the storms of a broken world, born to shift the axis of destiny itself. The earth groans for your awakening, and now the heavens thunder with your calling. The billionaire timeline isn't just wealth, it's dominion, a reality where every choice you make ignites boundless abundance. Your spiritual DNA is surging, every strand crackling with power as divine codes unlock what was once hidden. Your heart is the holiest vault, sealed by God's own hands. The key has always been His, and He now turns it. Every dream, every breakthrough, every floodgate of blessing is opening in unstoppable precision. You are not stepping forward, you are charging through, a force no earthly chain can hold. Do you feel it? The shift is seismic, shattering mediocrity, obliterating every false ceiling placed upon your life. You are walking as a storm of purpose and prosperity, breaking the boundaries of human limitation. Your timeline is activated, pulsating with divine intention, pulling you into the heights you were always meant to conquer. You are the masterpiece God crafted with precision, your DNA infused with His power and intention. The mark of the divine is etched into every fiber of your being, a signature that declares your destiny to rise above limits and claim your inheritance. You are not ordinary, nor were you meant to settle in mediocrity. Your existence was spoken into being with purpose, every cell in your body carrying the resonance of heaven's call. God's signature in your DNA is not a metaphor, it is a mandate. You were built for the extraordinary, designed for impact, and destined to create ripples that disrupt the stagnant waters of this world. The good works you were created for are not optional, they are encoded in your essence, a divine blueprint waiting to be activated. The time for waiting is over, the lock has been turned, and the gates of abundance are flung wide open. Your steps are divinely ordered, your breath is charged with purpose, and the wealth of heaven aligns with your authority. Every strand of your DNA responds to His command, drawing you into alignment with a timeline of victory, power, and transformation. You cannot fill the void in your soul with gold, titles, or fleeting success. Material wealth, stripped of divine purpose, is an empty shell, a lifeless weight dragging you further from the truth. Only God holds the blueprint of your heart, the map to your deepest desires, and the alignment to your spiritual mission. Without Him, wealth turns to dust, slipping through your fingers no matter how tightly you cling. True wealth is born from alignment with the Creator, where every blessing flows from the overflow of divine purpose. When your mission is in harmony with God's will, the abundance that finds you is not fleeting, it is eternal, rooted in meaning and overflowing into every corner of your existence. You do not need to chase what has already been designed for you. The alignment is the key. Feel the power of this truth. Wealth unanchored in divine purpose will destroy, but wealth guided by God will build kingdoms. The desires of your heart were placed there by Him, and they are fulfilled only when they serve His mission. Without that connection, success becomes a hollow idol. Above all else, your heart is the seat of your destiny, and from it flows every action, every word, and every breakthrough you will ever achieve. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23 declares, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Your heart is not just a vessel, it is the engine of abundance, shaped by God to carry the weight of divine purpose. Without alignment, abundance becomes a burden that crushes instead of elevates. God doesn't give without first preparing. He refines your heart in the fire of trials, reshaping its desires to reflect His will. When your heart aligns with His purpose, abundance is no longer an external pursuit. It becomes a natural overflow of who you are. Every resource, every opportunity, every connection flows effortlessly because your heart has become a channel for heaven's plans. Guard it with vigilance. Fear, envy, and bitterness are the poisons that pollute the streams of your life, robbing you of the fullness God intends. The abundance destined for you requires a heart strong enough to steward it wisely, to use it for kingdom impact, not fleeting gratification. Your heart is the key. Let God shape it, purify it, and align it. Then watch as the abundance flows, unstoppable and unshakable. That's why we built the Obsidian Inner Order, a space for those who know they're aligned with God's frequency and are ready to manifest abundance on a level the world isn't ready for. This isn't just another group. This is where your alignment becomes action. Weekly power calls designed to unlock the doors that once seemed invisible. We have over 400 chosen ones hanging out in our private Discord community, no muggles allowed, and unapologetic content that shatters the illusions, keeping others stuck in scarcity. Let's be clear, this isn't for the hesitant or the unsure. This is for those who are done playing small and know they were born to align with divine truth. We created this for you, for the unstoppable force that creates opportunities out of thin air. Click the link and step into the Obsidian Inner Order. Your billionaire timeline does not hinge on your hustle or strategy. It is unlocked through surrender. God holds the key to your heart, the gateway to your divine purpose, and no force on earth can replicate or force what only He can provide. When you surrender fully, trusting Him as the keeper of your heart, the floodgates of abundance open with a force that cannot be stopped. You cannot manipulate divine timing, and you cannot control the magnitude of blessings destined for you. What you can do is release every fear, doubt, and resistance that chains your heart to scarcity. Surrender is not weakness, it is power. It is the act of placing your heart in the hands of the Creator, knowing that only He can align your desires with His purpose. As you surrender, the process begins. God refines, reshapes, and repositions you, not for survival, but for dominion. He is not just giving you abundance, He is aligning you with wealth that carries eternal impact. Trusting Him doesn't mean sitting idle. It means walking boldly, knowing that every step is guided by the one who wrote your destiny. Wealth is not in your hands, it's in your mind. The billionaire mindset is not built on material riches, but on the foundations of gratitude, faith, and vision. Without these, abundance slips through your fingers like sand, no matter how much you accumulate. Gratitude grounds you, opening the floodgates of divine favor as you recognize the blessings already surrounding you. Faith sustains you, anchoring you to a higher power, even when the world tries to convince you of lack. Vision propels you, drawing opportunities and resources into alignment with the purpose God has placed within you. The difference between surviving and thriving is in your mindset. When you think like the world, scarcity dictates your reality. When you think in alignment with divine truth, you see beyond limits and call forth abundance that already exists, waiting for you to claim it. The tools are in your hands. Gratitude transforms your perspective. Faith declares your victory before it's visible, and vision carves the path forward. You're not chasing wealth, you are manifesting it. Chosen one, align your mind with the truth that prosperity is your inheritance. Break the chains of doubt and entitlement. They will choke the blessings meant for you. Drop the comment, "I manifest, I don't chase," below if you're claiming your abundance with no apologies. You cannot step into divine abundance while carrying the baggage of scarcity. Old beliefs, the lies that tell you resources are limited, success is for others, and blessings are conditional, must be torn down and replaced with truths rooted in God's provision. Scarcity is not your reality, it's a prison of the mind. Declutter these thoughts now, because they are incompatible with the timeline of abundance you are shifting into. Surround yourself with those who elevate your frequency. High-vibration connections, grounded in faith, purpose, and action, are the accelerators of your mission. Partnerships are key. Look at Paul and Barnabas. Their collaborative energy amplified their impact, spreading the gospel further and faster than either could have done alone. Like them, you are entering a season where divinely aligned relationships will propel you into greater influence and success. But with this elevation comes a cost. You must release connections that no longer align with your purpose. Relationships based on fear, doubt, or stagnation will weigh you down, keeping you tethered to what God is calling you to leave behind. Deepen your trust in God's provision. You are not responsible for creating abundance. It already exists. Your role is to align, to trust, and to act in obedience. Divine abundance flows to those who let go of control and walk boldly in faith. Letting go of what no longer serves you is not loss, it is preparation for the overflow. Chosen one, this timeline demands clarity, courage, and unwavering faith. Declutter your mind, align your connections, and deepen your trust. As you move forward, you will see that abundance was never the goal. It is the byproduct of your divine alignment and purpose. Step fully into this truth and watch as heaven's resources flow without limit. DNA activation is not a quiet event. It is an eruption, a violent awakening to the truth of who you are and what you were created to accomplish. This awakening shifts you into a reality where abundance is no longer a pursuit, but a consequence. Manifestation doesn't begin with material effort. It begins with spiritual clarity. As divine truths are unlocked within you, your actions, your words, and even your thoughts become tools that shape the world around you. You are no longer a participant in the system. You are the force that redefines it. The activation of your spiritual DNA aligns you with God's frequency. Fear and scarcity cannot operate on this level because they are incompatible with the truth that now drives you. Your ability to manifest abundance flows directly from your alignment with these truths, opening doors and creating opportunities that were once invisible. Old beliefs and limitations no longer hold power over you. They shatter like glass as the truth of your divine purpose surges through your being. The fears and doubts that once dictated your choices now feel foreign, incompatible with the awakening happening inside you. Your spirit pulls you higher, away from the familiar comfort of stagnation, toward a purpose that demands everything from you, yet promises a fulfillment you've never known. This activation awakens a hunger for alignment. You find yourself drawn to truths you once dismissed, to people and opportunities that resonate with your new frequency. Synchronicities multiply, answers appear before you even voice the question, resources arrive the moment they are needed, and doors open without explanation. These are not accidents. They are the manifestations of your spiritual DNA waking to its full potential. You cannot return to who you were. The activation has begun, and the power within you demands movement. You are no longer bound by the patterns of the past. You are being propelled into the limitless potential of your future. Chosen one, step boldly into this shift. The signs are undeniable, and the transformation is unstoppable. Everything you've been waiting for is now waiting for you. Your billionaire timeline couldn't activate a second sooner because divine timing is precise, not random. God has been aligning every piece, refining every part of you to ensure you are ready for the weight of wealth and influence. Abundance is not given to the unprepared. It is reserved for those who can carry it without being crushed. Every delay, every closed door, every detour was not a setback. It was preparation. You've been tested in the fire of waiting, stretched in seasons of lack, and humbled in moments where the only choice was to trust. You are not bound by the timeline you see. You are shifting into one of divine design. Timelines are not arbitrary. They are the realities born from your choices, beliefs, and alignment. Every action, every thought, every decision sends ripples into the fabric of existence, creating the world you inhabit. When your beliefs are rooted in fear or lack, You remain anchored in timelines of scarcity, but now you're being propelled into a higher frequency where abundance is not an option. It's your destiny. This shift is not gentle. It tears away the illusions that kept you trapped, dismantles every lie that told you abundance was out of reach, and forces you to confront what no longer serves your purpose. Higher timelines operate on divine frequency, requiring you to release doubt, embrace truth, and align fully with God's purpose for your life. As you rise, the lower frequencies cannot follow. The fears, the limitations, the cycles of failure, they cannot exist in the abundance of this new reality. You are no longer bound to what was. You are stepping into what is meant to be. The choices you make now are the keys to unlocking this timeline, solidifying the shift with every action. You are moving into a timeline where divine purpose and abundance collide. Step boldly. This reality was created for you. Wealth is not your enemy, it is your weapon. Money is not evil, it is neutral, a tool that takes the shape of the hands wielding it. In the hands of the chosen ones, wealth becomes a force of transformation, a catalyst for light in a dark world. To reject wealth out of fear or false humility is to reject the resources God has assigned to your mission. You cannot fulfill divine purpose while clinging to scarcity. The abundance you are destined to steward is meant for kingdom impact, not self-indulgence. When wealth is anchored in divine purpose, it breaks chains and rebuilds nations. It feeds the hungry, shelters the homeless, and funds movements that shift entire generations. This is why chosen ones are entrusted with abundance. They understand that money is never the goal, but the tool. It carries no power on its own, but becomes a vehicle for change when directed by purpose. The danger lies in letting wealth become your master rather than your servant. When misaligned, it fuels greed and corruption. But when used righteously, it amplifies the work God has set before you. Your calling demands resources, and those resources are coming. You must be ready to steward them wisely, with clarity of purpose and an unshakable commitment to use them for good. You are not called to scrape by or live in lack. God's design for you is abundance. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18 declares, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth." This is not a worldly promise, it is divine truth. Wealth is a reflection of your spiritual alignment with God's plan, not a measure of your worth. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11 confirms it. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Abundance flows when you walk in obedience and faith, recognizing that every blessing comes with purpose. Wealth is not for indulgence or pride. It is a resource entrusted to you for kingdom impact. However, the pitfalls are real. Greed will distort your vision, and arrogance will harden your heart. Staying grounded in humility and gratitude is not optional, it is essential. When you forget the source of your abundance, you lose the foundation upon which it was built. You are not alone in your shift to higher timelines. Divine beings are guiding you, aligning your path with wisdom far beyond earthly understanding. These cosmic forces, reflections of God's order and power, act as catalysts to activate the dormant codes in your spiritual DNA. As this activation unfolds, your alignment with higher frequencies accelerates, pulling you into a timeline where abundance and purpose are not just possibilities, they are inevitable. Vibrational alignment is the key to wealth that flows effortlessly. You attract what you resonate with. Scarcity cannot coexist with a heart tuned to gratitude, faith, and divine purpose. Meditation clears the noise, gratitude amplifies your frequency, and service grounds you in humility while expanding your reach. These practices aren't luxuries, they are essential tools for maintaining the high vibrational state needed to draw resources, opportunities, and divine favor into your life. True abundance is birthed from partnership with God and the universe. Your earthly efforts must align with spiritual guidance, creating a seamless connection between action and divine provision. This partnership ensures that what you manifest is not fleeting, but deeply rooted in eternal purpose. Wealth is not a prize, it is a sacred responsibility. You are called to use the abundance entrusted to you to uplift, inspire, and create lasting change. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 9 commands, "Honor the Lord with your wealth," reminding you that every resource you receive is not for your glory, but for His purpose. To hold wealth without using it to fulfill God's will is to misuse the trust placed in you. Stewardship demands more than management. It requires alignment with divine intention. You are not just a recipient, you are a distributor of God's resources. Every decision you make with your wealth echoes beyond the material realm, affecting lives, communities, and futures. When you honor God through your giving, your leadership, and your vision, you position yourself as a conduit for even greater blessings. Your wealth is not meant to isolate you, but to make you a light for others. By living in alignment with divine purpose, you become an example, inspiring those around you to rise above scarcity and step into their own callings. This is not optional, it is a mandate. You are not waiting for permission. Your billionaire timeline has already begun, and the process is divinely orchestrated. Trust it. Every moment of growth, every delay, every lesson is shaping you into the steward God has called you to be. This is not a race or a game of luck. It is a deliberate unfolding, a refining fire that ensures you are ready to handle the weight of your destiny. Faith and patience are your weapons. Use them. Never forget who you are. You are chosen, set apart, and marked for greatness. This isn't about arrogance. It's about walking in the truth of your divine identity. The world may try to minimize you, to make you question your purpose, but the calling on your life cannot be erased. When you stay rooted in this truth, no setback, no doubt, and no distraction can pull you off course. Walk boldly into the abundance that's already yours. Stop apologizing for your blessings. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. The favor on your life is intentional, and the blessings coming your way are not just for you. They are for the impact God has planned through you. Chosen ones, your time is now. Your DNA is igniting, your heart is aligned with God, and every step you take is pulling you deeper into a reality of limitless abundance. This is not a dream, it's the manifestation of divine purpose coursing through your life. The billionaire timeline is more than wealth. It is your mandate to fulfill destiny, to create, to lead, and to transform. Every blessing being released into your life carries purpose, and every action you take declares to the world that you are walking boldly in your calling. You are not here to blend in or to live in mediocrity. You were chosen to rise, to stand out, and to thrive in alignment with God's plan. This timeline is yours to claim, but it requires courage, faith, and action. Step into it without hesitation. Do not hold back. Do not shrink. The abundance awaiting you is not just for you. It is for the impact you are destined to create. Now, go forth. Trust God's plan. Nurture the divine gifts within you. Walk boldly into the life you were created for, and as you rise, share your victories, your lessons, and your breakthroughs. Inspire others to find their calling. This is your moment. Step fully into it. The world is waiting.